guys, my name is Stefania. Welcome to my channel. So today I wanted to play with Life's a Drag palette. I just got it in the mail, and yes, I did pay my hard-earned money with it. So if you guys want to see how this applies, what I think of it, my very first impressions of the palette, then keep watching. I am going to be doing a look with this palette every day this week, so make sure you hit that notification bell, make sure you subscribe, please, and that way you never miss a video with me, and you can actually see all the different things you can do with this guy, or all the things you can't. I don't know yet. So let's get into the video. All right guys, so this palette, let's see, it came with 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, I can count 14 shades. So it was, I ordered it when it came out. It took about a week to arrive, and it was $45, $6.50 for shipping. I do live in the US, so total was $51.50. So not cheap, not awful, you know, but I do think a lot of people kind of get mad when like new brands come out with stuff and then they expect you to pay the same amount as like a higher end brand that's already established. So I do completely see your point of where you're coming from, but this is a pretty large palette. It is not your average size. I am going to do a little tutorial of this look, and you know, we'll kind of get ready together, but I don't want to say too much yet. But I will do a few of the swatches for you guys. I'm trying to make sure you guys can actually see them for once, because I always, you know, some of them are super pigmented, and then some of them you can kind of build up a few layers, but I know everyone's mostly excited about, you know, the bright colors. So I will say, you'll see them on my arm. So these are the bright colors, and as you can see, you can definitely build them up. The only ones that didn't swatch as well, Campy kind of took a few swatches, that yellow color right there. Kiki, but you know, if you watch Manny's video, he did say that was more of a transition stage, so it's not going to be as pigmented. But geez, that purple, the blue, like those are one swatch. So, you know, and you can look at that either way. Sometimes people look at swatches and they're like, if they're not good, the palette must not be good. And at the same time, with shades like this, I would kind of rather be able to dip into it lightly than have it be like a mess on my face. So just saying. So yeah, let's get into the demo, and then at the end I will come back and talk about where my thoughts were. Was it worth the money? I did not mention you do get a brush with this, so I will try. I did try to use this a little bit in the tutorial, and that way you guys can, or demo, or whatever you want to call it. I was just playing with makeup. So I will kind of go over that and my thoughts, if you can't tell in my face. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the demo portion of this video. Okay guys, I already have this lid primed with concealer, so we are just gonna start going in. Alright, so I'm taking the shade, there we go guys. I'm gonna take the shade Sickening, and we're gonna put that in the crease. I have the fan on and it's blowing everywhere. Like my hair is just getting everywhere. Whew. But I'm not gonna lie, it took me a while to figure out what I wanted to do with this today, so I think I'm finally happy with how it turned out. But at first I tried like a lot of different stuff, so I am liking it. I just I gotta figure out what works best for me, I guess. So then I'm just going to take, all I did was blend it back and forth, and then I'm going to take just the slightest bit of Kai Kai. These are super pigmented, so I literally just like one tiny little tap, nothing crazy. See how it's there. So just make sure you're very light-handed, and because we're doing a cut crease, I'm kind of focusing that blending on above my actual crease. I'm dragging it out a little bit farther than I usually would. All right. See, so that is it. So this look was not as hard as it seems. Let's go in. We're going to cut the crest. I don't want to take forever doing this, so I think I'm going to do that part off camera. And I'm going to go in with the banana color from Becca. So, okay. Now that that is dry, I did go above where I usually go just because it is a colorful look, so I wanted to make sure you could really see the color. I'm going to go ahead and take his brush that came within the palette. I'm going to dip it into Cake Face, which is the very white shade. And I'm just going to pat that over it. So this brush does do the job. This brush does work. But does anyone else just feel like, you know, I have my preferences of brushes. That's just how I am. So I'm going to go in with my MAC 239. It's a little bit bigger, so it will just go a lot faster. Okay, I'm going to grab a tiny little E36 brush. I just want to start from the outer corner rather than the middle out. So I'm going to grab that blue shade Fishy. Same thing, be careful, these are very pigmented. And I am just going to start there. I'm taking that in. I'm not going to take it in too far. And then I'm going to go ahead with a bigger brush. I'm going to take the E18 from Morphe, and I'm going to go into the shade Kiki, that like minty green. I'm not going to lie, I was a little bit sad about the minty green color. It does work well and everything, but even the way Manny put it was like it's more for a transition shade, so he didn't want it to be as pigmented. But I really like mint green. It was like the color I was most excited for. So I was kind of sad that it was the color that he was like, that one's not as pigmented as the rest. It's still, obviously, as you can see, I'm trying to make sure I don't go blue. It's definitely still pigmented, it's just not as like bam in your face as like the rest of the colors. So I took that almost about halfway in. And then we are going to take the bright yellow shade, whoa, so you guys can, where is it? There we go. We're going to take shade Campy and put that in it as well. So I'm going to take this just a little bit further in, but I still want a lot of white lid space, so not too far. And you might just have to build these up a little bit to your liking. I will show you how they apply with a finger. I did feel like I got a little bit more intensity out of some of them with that way, but just for purposes of showing you guys, it's not like I got a whole lot more pigment, but a little bit. Like especially with that Kiki. Kiki, yes, with Kiki. So I want, where did it go? Here we go. Okay, so we're gonna use the Milk Jumbo Eye Pencil because like I said, I wanted the white to be a little bit more white. Cake Face is a good white, but it's not like stark white. It's not as, I wanted a little bit more. So I'm gonna put that actually in the inner portion. Just kind of go over the concealer. Okay, just like that. And then I'm gonna just clean up the top a little bit. So I'm gonna take my new favorite brush, literally, is this R45 from Morphe. If you guys didn't watch my previous hauls, which I'll have it linked in for the next video, I just got a whole bunch of little detail brushes for more detailed work, and they are definitely a game changer. I am having a really good time with them. Since you cannot see what I am doing, what the hell was I thinking? You are just going to outline where you did that cut crease. That's it. All right, so I'm gonna take the Lunar Beauty brush and dip it into Cake Face, and that is gonna go on our brow bone. I don't think I want to do any shimmer looks today on the brow. So that is what we have so far. Let's go for liner next. I'm gonna do this off camera and be right back. I'm gonna use, you can use a black. I would use black at first and then I just decided I liked this color a little bit better with this look. This is the Aqua XL ink liner and it's color M30, but it's this turquoisey, like dark turquoise color. So I'm gonna put that on and I will be right back and we will do the lower lash line. Okay, all I did was put some eyeliner on. I did end up putting a little bit of black in there too. I just felt like it helped it stand out a little bit more. Now we're gonna take that same Milk Makeup eyeliner, the jumbo pencil. We're gonna take it about halfway in. So I only went that far in because this is extremely big. It's really hard to be precise with it. So I'm gonna take this NYX white felt tip liner and take it in and kind of tilt it down. So I'm kind of going, hopefully you guys can see that. Yeah, there we go. So I'm just connecting it and kind of going over the white. Just where I feel like I need to. All right. All right, now I look crazy. So next step is I'm gonna take that tiny little liner brush again. All right, and I'm gonna take that shade Fishy and go right over it. There we go. So you're just gonna kind of play around with it until it's even, essentially. All right, let's put on some lashes and we will do the face part together. I think this is gonna come together with lashes on. Right now, looking a little crazy, not gonna lie. So let's put on some lashes, mascara, and we'll do the rest of our face together. All right, guys, I am back. So as you can see, with lashes, definitely not as crazy looking. This is definitely a different look for me, but I still really like it. We are gonna do the rest of the face. So nothing crazy, I wanna keep it simple. I have these eyes, like, yeah, we're gonna leave it pretty simple. So I'm gonna take this Morphe 8H palette. It looks like this. I have not used it yet. And nothing too harsh, we're just gonna kind of go in. So I think I'm gonna take the shade Blogger. Yeah, I'm gonna take the shade Blogger. And okay. Okay, it's definitely a little bit darker than I thought. It's been that kind of makeup day, you know? Some days I feel really on and I'm ready, and then some days I'm just like, what the hell happened? It looks like I've never done makeup in my life. So, I'm gonna take a lighter shade. I'm gonna take the shade Donut. Alright, I guess I need to even that out, so we'll take it on this brush back too. Alright, so these are pretty, but be careful, apparently. So I think what I want to do is do a few looks with this palette. This one's way colorful and I like it. It was fun, but at the same time, like, I want to make sure I can do wearable looks too. So we will see. Alright. I'm gonna take the shade Debutante too. I feel like I could use a little bit more bronzing. Alright. Under the eyes, like always, I'm gonna take that KKW number 3 brightening. Alright, and then for blush, I am going to take, where is it? I have this tiny little table, and for some reason I still can't find whatever I'm looking for. I'm gonna take the shade, I think I'm gonna do Boss. Yeah, let's do a pinky one. And this is the Blush Trio by Morphe and Pop of Coral. So, just lightly, kind of like I was saying last week, I'm not a big blush person. So having a lot on is not my thing. So, very light. It is pretty though, I like corals. Coral brushes. Alright, I'm gonna take, for highlight, I'm gonna go in with Jouer Skinny Dip. I haven't used this in a long time and I forgot about it. So I've kind of just been really wanting to use it lately. I'm just gonna take a nice brush. Alright. I'm going to contour my nose just a little because I feel, I don't know, I feel like I'm missing something. I'm going to take the Morphe palette again. I'm going to take the shade Donut because obviously the other one was a little much. And I'm just going to take it right there. So, if you guys haven't watched my previous videos, I have a straight line across my nose, which is why I don't contour my nose all the way. I just take it like halfway because it just will show up on that line. Alright. For lips, I think I want to stay pretty neutral. So I think what I'm going to do, maybe a little peachy. So I'm going to take the Jeffree Star in the shade Nathan on the lips. Alright, I'm going to zoom you guys out and let's talk about my thoughts on the Life is a Drag palette. Alright guys, I am back. So, what do I think? I really do like it. I do think it's cool because it has the pops of color and it has the neutrals, which I think was a really good idea. That way it didn't feel like you were, I think if I like had a palette just like this, I would probably be like, how am I supposed to use that? So I like that it has the mix of colors, and I like that the brighter shades, like as you can see the way that they blended on my eye, it's kind of like they could become different colors. So like if you mixed, you know, like the mint green with the yellow, it turned into a really pretty other green shade. Or if you probably mix like the pink shade with the purple, like you can get a lot of colors in here that you don't necessarily have. So you can really customize what you want out of this palette. Obviously I haven't reached into any of these type shades other than Sickening and Cake Face. So I think what I'm gonna do is continue to use this palette. Maybe I'm gonna challenge myself to one video a day where I just do the eyeshadow portion and show you guys different looks you can do with it. Because I feel like every time I do get a new palette, it's like, oh yeah, here's my review, and then it's like, never to be seen again. And I am over that because I don't have the money to spend on palettes that I just want for a review. I really want to put it to the test and see if it works. So this is just a first impressions. My first impressions, it works well. I think if you are a beginner, you will either love or hate this because it's nice. It has the split where it's got neutrals and those colors, but these colors weren't the easiest to try to figure out, what do I want to do? You know what I mean? Like I looked at this morning and I was like a little overwhelmed with trying to pick which shades to use. I think once you play around with it, you'll love it and you'll be fine. I didn't have any problems with the shades. I wish the white was a little bit whiter. I thought it was going to be like a very white out type shade, and I'll do a swatch for you guys. It's still a very nice white and you can build it up, but it's not like the whitest white ever, which I was kind of hoping for. And yeah, I mean, I don't think I had any problems with anything. I wish the shade Kiki was a little bit more pigmented, but that's because you know, even he said it in the video, it wasn't meant to be like a bam in your face color. So I don't think I can be really upset about that. But the shade Campy, I really liked. The shade Fishy was really good. So I don't really have anything horrible to say about the palette in general. I'm happy I got it. I don't feel like I wasted money, if that helps you. I will say the one thing, which I kind of already said in the beginning, was I don't get the point of the brush. Like, even if it is a decent brush, I just don't think we need brushes with palettes anymore. I think that that should not be a selling point. I don't think it should be something that's in there, because I mean, that's what I do when I open up a palette with a brush. Like, I did try to give it a chance because of the video, and it's not a bad brush or anything like that, but like, if you are a makeup lover, you probably already have your like designated brushes to like like, I mean, imagine if they sold a palette like with a brush and without a brush. Which one would you choose? Like, nobody would be like, oh my gosh, I really need that brush. So to me, that being a price like wise, like, oh, and it comes with a brush, like I don't like that. I just don't. So palette wise, I definitely did enjoy it, and I can't wait to use it more. I will do a more in-depth review at the end of this week, because like I said, I'm going to challenge myself to do an eye look every day of this week with this palette. So definitely tune in for that. And I want to do like more, you know, I want to use almost every shade. I am going to use every shade of this palette. So make sure you hit that notification bell so that you can see what I am doing and the looks that you can create with this. And I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I hope you found it useful. Yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye, guys.